Most people hear this speech as depression, as sadness, as grief. But Shakespeare is doing something far more final. This scene exists to show what happens after ambition has achieved everything it wanted, and still finds nothing. By the time Macbeth speaks these lines, the tragedy is already over. Not politically, not militarily, psychologically. Macbeth has power. He has the crown. He has enemies closing in. And then he hears the news. Lady Macbeth is dead. Notice what he does not do. He does not mourn. He does not rage. He does not react emotionally. Instead, he reflects. And that tells you everything. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow is not a cry of pain. It is a diagnosis. Macbeth is no longer fighting for ambition. He is no longer driven by fear. He is no longer chasing the future. He is exhausted by time itself. The repetition matters. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Time no longer moves toward meaning. It only drags forward mechanically. This is what ambition looks like when it reaches the end. Earlier in the play, Macbeth acted because the future mattered too much. Now, the future means nothing at all. He describes life as a walking shadow, not a soul, not a journey, a projection with no substance. Then he calls it a poor player, an actor who struts briefly, then disappears without consequence. This is not humility. It is nihilism. Macbeth is not saying life is fragile. He is saying life is empty. And this emptiness is the true consequence of his choices. Because ambition promised him certainty, identity, meaning, and delivered only motion, sound, fury, nothing. This speech is often misunderstood as philosophical poetry, but in the structure of the play, it is a verdict. Macbeth has followed ambition all the way to its conclusion. And the conclusion is silence. No legacy, no fulfillment, no moral awakening, just awareness without hope. This moment completes the psychological arc of the play. The dagger soliloquy showed how violence begins as an idea. The sleepwalking scene showed how guilt survives repression. Banquo's ghost showed how guilt destroys authority. The witches showed how certainty becomes self-deception. This scene shows what remains after all of it. Nothing. Macbeth does not fear death here. He is indifferent to it. That is the final cost. Ambition did not destroy him by killing him. It destroyed him by emptying life of meaning before death arrives. This is why the speech feels calm, flat, measured. Macbeth is no longer struggling. He has already lost. And that is why this soliloquy matters so much. Not because it is poetic, but because it is honest. Shakespeare is not warning us that ambition leads to tragedy. He is warning us that ambition, when it replaces identity, leads to emptiness. Macbeth wanted to be more than ordinary. In the end, he becomes less than human. A man moving through time without believing it matters. That is the final punishment, and it is self-inflicted.